we're spending a couple of days driving up the Pacific Coast Highway between Los Angeles and San Francisco. The first bit we did in a day up to a place called Grover Beach. We stayed in an Airbnb there. Now, I've got to say, the first part of the Pacific Coast Highway is pretty disappointing. It's supposed to be an iconic scenic drive. It's absolutely nothing special. The Turkish coast along the Mediterranean is far superior, Italian coast, so forth. It really wasn't worth it. Grover Beach itself was very nice little beach, very similar to the LA beaches. And today we're just driving up to San Francisco. Apparently this part of the Pacific Coast Highway is better, though it's quite an overcast day. So we just stopped, a little pull out here. So I think there'll be quite a few of these today. It's all very pretty. Right off the highway is this elephant seal colony. At different times of the year, different elephant seals will be hauled out. At the moment it's autumn here, so the elephant seals can see ahead will be juvenile males and females. They're too young to take part in the breeding season. They're mostly just resting at the moment, not doing very much. There's a bit of movement around. They are enormous beasts. The males will reach about 2.5 ton, something like that, between about 2 to 3 ton. Females rather less, about 1 ton in weight. There will be some playing and things like that throughout the day, but they're largely inactive. You see a few moving around a little bit, not really doing a whole lot. So the Pacific Coast Highway really is a lot prettier this second day. Once we got north of about Pismo Beach, it's been really quite pleasant. Yeah, as you can see, there's a couple presumably just got married down there getting some photographs. But the whole area around here is quite nice. A lot of pull-offs all around the Big Sur area. A few little short trails to hike, probably some longer ones as well if you wanted to. Still don't think it's worthwhile particularly coming here as a thing to do. I think the Mediterranean coast, particularly around Turkey, is a lot nicer, but I can see why people like it. We're getting pretty close to San Francisco now, probably only about 50-70 miles away, something like that. And all along the coast there's been a lot of kite surfing. I just stopped here and it really is very windy, so yeah, you'll be able to get a fair old amount of speed out there. There's been sites like this, probably that's the 3rd or 4th one we've passed, so it seems to be a very popular area for it. Just another pull-off. Here we go, quite close to San Francisco again. An awful lot of birds in this part. It looks like birds look a lot like a pelican. Seem to be fishing, diving, getting something or other. Don't really know why they need to dive. It looks very shallow, but they don't seem to be going very far down. But yeah, these birds have been kind of doing this all the time, taking off, and they'll circle back round and back down in a second. See some very big birds amongst them and others much smaller. Very close to Half Moon Bay now. Just another little turn off. It's interesting just how many seabirds there are call this place home. A tiny little bit of rock over there. You can see just how many birds are above it, on it. It's a really nice place. The drive's a lot nicer closer to San Francisco than it is down here closer to LA. So if you're going to do some of the Pacific Coast Highway, definitely do it closer to San Francisco than LA. So today's a tour around San Francisco, starting here at Golden Gate Bridge. Very easy to get public transport up here. Took us only about just over an hour from where we're staying down in Daly City. Chrissy Park gives a really nice view out over the city over there, out over the Bay Area, Alcatraz, and the State Park Island, and looking all the way back to the Golden Gate Bridge just behind us. In out the famous Lombard Street. This part of the street is a very steep slope, so it's decided to reduce the slope, basically do a slalom road down, so you can see the cars going left and right in a very curvy way all the way to the bottom. I think there's going to be restrictions on the number of vehicles that can use this place. You have to have a ticket system or something soon, because traffic often gets backed up due to the number of tourists wanting to drive down this road. It's also quite a nice high place. You can see in the background the Alcatraz up there in the bay. So where we're headed next, we just walked down here from Crissy Fields via a statue of Yoda, which is quite pleasant. Very nice views looking back to the mainland from now on Alcatraz. And it costs about between $26 and $42 to visit Alcatraz, depending on whether you want to go on an audio tour or not. And this is not covered by America the Beautiful Pass, because in fairly typical American connivance, Alcatraz is free to visit. You just have to pay for the boat ticket. And the island has done a deal with just one boat provider, so you have to take the one price. There is no choice, and that is $26. Then they bundled together the compulsory audio tour. The only way you can get a refund of that is by coming to the island and specifically asking for it. It's all very bundled, it's all very inertia selling. A lot of what they do is illegal in Europe, but here about 30 years behind on consumer protection laws, unfortunately. This is looking up at the Alcatraz cell house from the parade grounds. A lot of the buildings on the lower levels are in ruins, so that's the more, and you can see some of the buildings up there are ruins. I think some of the more refurbished places are up there. So inside Alcatraz now, this is the main, one of the main blocks. This long corridor is nicknamed Broadway, which you can just see by the title there. So here's an example of one of the cells, very minimalist, a single bed, a toilet just at the far end of the bed, and then there's a wash basin, sort of table and chairs, if you can call it that, and that is the entire cell. You can see there's some shelving at the back as well, just 2 rudimentary shelves or whatever. Alcatraz had 6 isolation cells, this is one of them. Not very big, well, I mean, so if you're in it, it's large enough, you can stand up, lie down, or these could be completely black, and you could be in here for up to 19 days. Never more than 19 days, but that's still a very long time.